It's even hotter than Sunday.
Oh, I didn't think Sunday was that hot.
What are you talking about? Of course it was hot.
Not as hot as Tuesday.
Tuesday wasn't hot, Burke. There was a breeze on Tuesday.
The tar melted on Tuesday.
I don't care if the tar melted.
And our goldfish turned a funny colour.
You'll be turning a funny colour if you don't stop arguing, Burke. Sunday wasn't bloody hot.
Yes. So was Tuesday.
No, it wasn't.
It was 93 degrees in central London.
Burke, shut up.
Harry, if you're going to be like this, I am going to take my work over there.
Oh, you've done it now, Harry. You've upset him. You're letting this heat get you down.
No, don't you start. You shouldn't be working in these conditions. It's not natural.
What do you mean, work? All you did before lunch was eat 3 chalk ices and a lolly. I don't call that work. You know your trouble, Harry. You've been out in the sun too long without a hat. That's why you're in such a state. I mean, the temperature's in the 80s. You're not wearing the appropriate headgear.
You don't call this the appropriate headgear, do you?
What's wrong with it?
Well, I thought he went out with the aspidistra.
Well, I don't deny it has a certain Edwardian flavour.
Edwardian flavour, yes. You look like Crippen.
I shall ignore that remark. Tempers are bound to get frayed in this heat. So why don't you go and sit on the stairs and get a draft up your shirt?
I think I'll do just that. Stifling in here. Not that Fletcher cares.
Of course he cares. He's not inhuman. He'd let us remove our ties in a moment.
Oh, well, that will be exciting. We better warn the typists. We don't want you rousing them into a frenzy. Don't you ever feel like letting yourself go, Rex?
What do you mean?
Well, you know, stripping off, running barefoot through the grass, letting your braces dangle.
Certainly not.
Well, I do, because I am bored. Bored. But I'm going to do something about it. Hello. This is the telephone engineer speaking. Owing to the excessively warm weather, your apparatus is overheating.
Oh dear. What should I do?
Well, to prevent the thermoplastic from melting, please place your telephone in a bucket of cold water. You have 30 seconds.
What on earth do you think you're playing at, Harry?
Well, gentlemen. Oh, it's now 80 in the shade. I think we can remove our ties.
Oh, that's a good idea, Jay.
Don't get carried away, Harry.
But it is hot, Jay.
Well, I know it's hot, but that's no excuse to go native. We've got to keep our standard.
Oh, sorry, Jay.
Well, that's what I keep telling the people next door. Huh? Well, the seams in their garden have been disgraceful. Well, I wouldn't mind for myself, but Mrs. Fletcher's seen the whole thing from the top of the coal bunker.
Well, they are in their own garden, Jay.
Well, what's that got to do with it? You can't break the law even in your own garden. You try getting a hosepipe out, you'll soon discover that.
Are you feeling any better now, Jay?
No, I'm afraid not, Rex. It's this damned heat. Oh. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't sleep. I spent the whole of last night with my head in the fridge next to a haddock. No, I didn't mind that so much, but he looked in better shape than I did. Burke, you blithering idiot! What do you think you're doing?
It's all right, Mr. Fletcher. The telephone manager told me to do it. He just rang up.
He just rang up. Oh, I see. Somebody's been exercising his distorted sense of humor again.
What do you mean, Jay?
Rex? Some of us aren't as gullible as Burke, Harry. It may be hot, but that's no excuse for vandalism. If that phone's damaged, it'll come out of your salary.
Yes.
Thank you, Rex.
You ought to know better than to try and fool Mr. Fletcher with one of your foolish pranks, Harry.
Quite right. Come next door. You can stand by my fan.
There he goes. Look at him, Burke. He follows Fletcher around everywhere these days. What's the matter? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, they look like the Lone Ranger and Tonto. Well, I'm going to fix him.
What are you going to do?
I am going to make a little substitution.
They're just the same.
Yes, except that's 2 sizes smaller. Now, perhaps you believe me when I say he's getting big-headed. Where are you going, Rex?
Mr. Fletcher's asked me to pick up his calamine lotion. And no more practical jokes while I'm gone.
Of course not.
Mind you, I'm surprised you fell for that, Burke. He wouldn't have fooled me.
You don't think so, do you?
Oh, no, I know you, Harry. I know your little ways. You have to get up very early in the morning to catch me.
Yes, Rex.
Susan, would you look at me very carefully? Can you see anything about me that's bigger than it was yesterday?
I don't think so. What did you have in mind?
It's my head.
Your head?
It's got bigger.
How can you tell?
Well, I can't get my hat on. My head's gone up 2 sizes since this morning.
I shouldn't worry about it. It's large. It's not that large.
Sure, thank you very much. Yeah, you know I've always had this worry about my head.
And I've always told you, Rex, it's not that your head's big, it's just that you've got a small body.
Well, I'm not so sure. I mean, I've never told you this before, but they wouldn't let me into the wolf cubs because they couldn't find a cap big enough.
Rex, you'll feel better when you've cooled down.
Oh, yes. Perhaps I should sit with my head in the fridge.
We'll have to take the shelves out.
Yeah, you do think it's big.
No, I don't, Rex, but even if it is, there's nothing we can do about it. We are as we are.
Oh, I see. Yes, let's look on the bright side. It's all right, Rex. It'll come in handy for shopping. I'll be able to bring the spuds home in your head.
Oh, Rex, this is silly. It must fit you.
It's on! It's stuck! Now look what you've done! I can't really laugh!
You're not still mad about the hat, are you?
No.
It was only a joke, you know.
Oh, yes. It's all right playing practical jokes on us, Harry, but I do notice that you don't do it to Mr. Fletcher.
Right. You only ever pick on us two.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that, shall we? Ah, am I speaking to Mr. John Fletcher? Ah, this is Harvey Palmer here of Her Majesty's Honours Office. I'm delighted to inform you that you have been awarded the MBE. Hello? Hello? Are we still there? Yes, it must take the breath away. We thought you'd like to know in advance so that you could celebrate the good news with your friends. Perhaps buy them a drink? And also it'll give you time to practice a few low bows. Yes. Oh, hello. I must go now. Her Majesty is returning. Yes, I can hear hooves on the gravel. Bye-bye.
What's the matter, Jeff?
Matter? Nothing's the matter. It's happened at last. Her Majesty has seen fit to award me the MBE.
Oh, Jeff.
Wonderful! Go into my cabinet and break open that bottle of champagne, the one I was saving for the chairman.
Yes,
You must be very thrilled, Jeff.
Oh, yes. No, I knew it was bound to happen sooner or later. I mean, I've always had this sense of destiny.
Well, why do you think they've given it to you, J.F.?
Well, I think it... what do you mean? I should have thought it was obvious.
Yes, of course. What about Mr. Fletcher's work in the Blitz? The Blitz,
Yes.
Do you think you'll get to meet the Queen, Mr. Fletcher?
Well, of course, Berg. She won't send it through the post, you know. It's not like joining the Ovaltinis. No, I shall have to go to the palace.
Oh, that'll be a momentous occasion.
Ah, yes.
Oh, wonderful.
I understand she's incredibly beautiful close to her.
Oh, yes, I've heard that, Jeff.
What will you say to her, J.F.?
I don't know, Harry. I'll have to think of something.
Yeah, perhaps a few flattering remarks about the corgis, Jeff.
Very good idea. My aunt had a corgi. Got run over on the A5. If only I could remember its name.
Yes, that should provide a moment of light relief, J.F., shouldn't it? Yes.
Perhaps you could take along some doggy drops, Mr. Fletcher.
Doggy drops, Bert.
Yes, they've got chocolate in them. They're ever so nice. I've had some.
Yes, all right, Bert. Better.
Gentlemen. Yeah. The Queen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, lovely, J.F. Congratulations.
No.
Absolutely marvelous, yes.
The thing that worries me is all this bowing. I've never done it before.
Why don't you show us a bow, J.F.?
What, here?
Oh, yes, why not? We can tell you what it looks like, you see.
No, I can't.
Oh, yes, come on, JF, just a little one.
Yeah, come on, go on.
There's nobody to bow to.
You can bow to us. I mean, we could be the royal party. Harry, you could be the queen. The queen?
But Harry's not incredibly beautiful close to.
No, neither are you, Burke. Now,
come on.
You could be the Prince of Wales, and I'll be the Duke. Now, we've set the scene. We've got to create the atmosphere. We'll be chatting as you approach, JF.
Yes, all right.
Now, come on, get these damn dogs out of here. We've got visitors.
I don't think he'd say that, Rex.
Well, he is very well known for his asperity, JF.
His what?
Asperity. Where is he? I've got a polo match at 3. If he doesn't get his finger out, I'll be late for the first chocolate.
What about me, my love? I've got to lay 3 foundation stones and open a 100-mile dual carriageway. Am I expected to hang around here waiting for a mere commoner?
Should be more gracious than that, Harry.
Well, look at me.
What do I do?
I must get used to parking my battleship before I retire.
Oh, shut up.
Off with his head.
Look, all right, Burke. Look, come on, JF.
All right. Your Majesty.
Go, I thought that was very good, JF.
Well, I didn't. That was more like a nod. Am I expected to give the MB, Mr. Fletcher, to any old oik who comes in here and just nods at me like that?
Well, look, could you come on again, JF? And don't worry about it, it's coming.
Your most gracious Majesty. No, I'm just practicing for when I go to the palace.
What?
Mr. Fletcher's just been awarded the MBE.
Oh, Mr. Fletcher, I'm so proud of you. Oh, what did you get it for?
Well,
Thank you.
Oh, never mind. Come into the office. And you too, Rex. I must practice what I'm going to say to the press.
Oh, yes.
What you going to do, Harry?
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, you can't let him ring up the press.
No, I suppose not, no. No, I suppose I'd better break the bad news to him, you mean? Yes, all right, then. Mr. Fletcher, Harvey Palmer here. I'm afraid there's been a mistake. Yes, a bit of a boo-boo. You're the wrong Fletcher. The Fletcher we had in mind was a refuse collector from Durham. Yes, 40 years and never spilled any ashes in his life. Marvelous record. Hello? Hello, we still there? Yes. Look, I want you to keep a stiff upper lip, old chap.
I'll try to, Harry.
Oh, dear. It's very hot in here, JF.
I think he only meant it as a joke, Jeff.
A joke? You take a man's secret hopes, aspirations, trample on them, and you call it a joke? It's sick, Rex.
What are you going to do, Jeff?
Do? What can I do? I can't say anything, otherwise I'd look ridiculous. But I won't forget. Harry's too fond of these practical jokes.
I think it must be the heat, Jeff.
Yes, all right. There's insubordination everywhere. We're sitting on a powder keg. We've got to maintain discipline.
Well, never mind, Jeff. You can depend upon me.
I hope so, Rex. Suppose you've heard about this business at lunchtime.
No, I go home to lunch.
Yes, so do I. And I'm not sorry, Rex. No, there's gardens at the back. They're put there so the staff could relax. In a nice, quiet atmosphere, enjoy the roses, play the odd game of croquet. I came back early yesterday. It was more like a strip club.
I didn't know that, Jeff.
There was Harry in a pair of leopard skin trunks. He looked as though he'd just arrived by Jungle Creeper. And the girls, Rex.
Oh, yes, Jeff.
They were clad in the briefest bikinis. I saw more of those girls than I've ever seen of Mrs. Fletcher. Where is it all going to lead, Rex?
Yes, sure. I wonder, Jeff.
All those brown bodies cavorting amongst the ferns.
Yes, and the shadows dappling the smooth shoulders.
It doesn't bear thinking about.
Oh, no, Jeff.
We've got to put a stop to this tide of permissiveness.
Absolutely, Jeff.
man.
Yeah, shut up. Oh, dear. What's the forecast?
Another lovely day.
Oh, no, I don't think I could stand another one.
You shouldn't complain.
It's all right for you, Susan. I mean, you've got it made. You'll be out there in the moment, the old paddling pool and the old bikini, peeling the spuds. But what about me? I mean, I've got to go and work in a hot, stuffy office.
You're just peeved because you've been predicting the return of the Ice Age for the past 3 years. You said the Thames would freeze up and we'd have polar bears at the bottom of the garden.
Well, it'll come, don't you worry.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, anyway, I don't understand this fetish for sunbathing.
I know, you're the whitest man on the road. You look like a flower grader.
I don't know. I had my shirt off on Sunday when I was mowing the lawn. I've got quite a nice tan.
Pity about that mark where your braces were.
Yes, well, I'd better get off. Yes, I wish I felt more like work. I had a terrible night.
Mother's been sleeping on the roof.
I hope she managed to drop off.
It's a silly bet she was sleeping on the flat bit.
I didn't know your mother had a flat bit. Oh, but I've got a very busy day. Oh, by the way, Susan, I won't be home at lunchtime. I mean, we've got too much to do.
Now, I hope you're not overdoing it, Rex, not in this heat.
Well, I'll try not to, Susan.
You do too much for that firm.
Oh, well, I don't know. All the others are stopping too. I mean, we'll all be hard at it at lunchtime.
Bye, Rex.
This is the life, Buck. Soaking up the old ultraviolet, admiring the beauties of nature. You coming, Rex?
Yeah, well, I might.
Come on, have you brought them?
Yes.
But have you got them on?
Well, I might have.
Let's see them then.
They're a bit bright.
The terror of the beach. And I said you had no sense of humour.
Go all right, Harry, if you're going to be like that.
Now, come and sit down here. Come on.
I think you look very nice, Rex.
Yeah,
Thank you, Bert.
I'm glad you've decided to let it all hang out.
Oh, I like your shorts.
Oh, do you, Carol?
Oh, yes, I can see you now with your surfboard waiting for the next big swell, living on baked clams and singing ballads over a driftwood fire.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, Carol.
And look at that development. I bet no one would kick sand over you.
Yes, well, I do keep myself in shape, Carol.
He's small but beautifully shaped. Carol, we're all going to build a human pyramid. Would you like to get on the top?
No, thanks, Harry. I'm going to get a cold drink.
Oh.
Would you all like?
Yes, indeed, Carol. We'll have a drink as well, yes.
Oh, I never knew her legs were that long.
No, lovely figure.
Did you see the mole?
Yeah, she's a lovely girl.
Yes, and she's very good to her mother, too.
Yes.
What?
Hey, look. Isn't that the new telephonist over there?
Oh, I don't know. I've not seen much of her.
No, you do know. She's topless.
What? Look at that.
Oh, I wonder what her face looks like.
Let's find out.
Oh, hey, do you think we should, Henry? I mean, after all, she's topless.
You're not a prude, are you,
Well,
Rex?
no.
Hey, well, come on.
Well, but Harry,
the times
I mean-
are changing, Rex. If England's going to be caught in the grip of a continental climate, we'll all have to change our attitudes. They're all doing it on the beach at Saint-Tropez. All you can see are miles and miles of poached eggs. I think I need to try a more direct approach. I'll go and get the sun oil. I can see her back needs rubbing.
Trust Harry to think of that. We'll never get a look in.
God, don't you worry, Burke. I mean, I'm so sure. You remember what Carol said? There's a bit of a beach boy about me, you know, Burke. Yeah. You watch this. You watch.
Don't be careful.
What do you think you're doing in those ridiculous shorts? Do you expect the staff to respect you when they've seen your vaccination marks?
No, I'd forgotten about that, Jeff, but it is hot.
That's no excuse. Rex, that woman's topless.
Yes, I know, Jeff.
You go and tell her to put something on.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Jeff.
You know, you disappoint me. The first time I ask you to do something with tact and diplomacy and you fall apart. Well, I suppose I shall have to grasp the nettle. Excuse me. No, don't get up. I think you ought to know that the ants round here have a very nasty bite. And the radiation from the sun on those exposed parts can be extremely dangerous. So, I wonder if you could do something for me. I wonder if you could... tell me the right time, please.
1:30.
Thank you. My God! That was a mere squeak. I must be forgetting what women look like.
Well, I think it's the long hair and the jewellery, J.F. I think you better come over here and sit down.
Thank you, Rex. My legs are quite weak.
I've got it. Oh, I'm sorry. Hello, Jeff.
Where are you going, Harry?
Well, I was going to lend my sun oil to that young lady over there, but oh, my goodness me, I can now see she's topless.
Well, we're not prudes, Harry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you go ahead. It's a very kind thought, don't you think so, Rex?
Oh, yes, Jeff, yes. You'll make a big impression over there, Harry.
I think you might be right. Hi there. We've never met. My name's Harry.
Brian's asleep.
Well, what a lovely deep voice you've got. That's very erotic, do you know that? I was wondering if you'd like to borrow my sun oil. We don't want the sun burning that delicate skin. How'd you like me to rub it on for you?
How'd you like a punch on the nose?
Oh, my God.
You can't! I'm very sorry. It's all a mistake. I'm very, very sorry.
Drinks, everyone.
Oh, Carol.
Thank you, Carol.
Dear. Have you brought them?
What, Carol?
You know.
Yes.
Go and put them on.
Yes. It is very hot.
Yes, Jeff. It must be hot.
Oh, his shoulders are burning. Yeah, let me rub some... Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rub some oil on for
Oh,
you.
thank you, Carol. Hey, what do you think of the sunburn?
Very nice. What's a pity about the marks where your braces have been?
Ah, yes. Oh, you've got lovely cool fingers, Carol. Oh, you're tickling. Oh, this is great. What a life. What lovely deft fingers. Hello, Susan. Now, don't start that again, Harry. I mean, you can't fool me twice. Susan is safely at home. Come on, Carol, pour it on.
All right.
Get out of my way. You're worse than the rest of them, you playboy, you. Ow!